Very good morning, students. Uh, this is with continuation of index numbers chapter, which was taught by PJ sir. So initially I think he has solved one 10-mark problem from index number chapter. So I would like to continue the same further for a few more videos. So here onwards, index numbers, I'll be sending the videos. See, look at the board. I have written compute last payers, Parsh's, Marshall Edgeworth, Dorbish Bowley and Fisher's price index number. So I am just pressing upon the word price index number, and the data is given. Look at there, items A, B, C, D, and in 2004 under that price in rupees and quantity, and then in 2008 price and quantity. So generally the question will be asked like this, right? So if at all any straight question, if they wanted to ask, this is the way the question will be asked. Compute last payers, Parsh's, Marshall Edgeworth, Dorbish and Fisher's price index number. So you must be very cautious while solving the problem, whether the question is given in price or quantity. Just see that. Okay, please ensure the question is given among these two, price and quantity. Accordingly you have to calculate either price index or quantity index number. Clear? So first and foremost, what we need to do, just we need to take the notations. Remember, so as you all know that base denoted by naught, current denoted by 1. Clear? And in 2004 that would be the base year, and 2008 will be the current year. And under the base year, the price should be taken as the notation capital P naught. So P naught should be taken the notation for 2004 price, and quantity 2004 quantity Q naught. So P naught Q naught under base year, remember. Fine. And then coming to 2008, again price and quantity. So as we mentioned, 2008 is the current year. So what are the notations under 2008? Price would be P1 and quantity would be Q1. So see there. So first and foremost, take down the notations. What is P0 Q0 and what is P1 Q1. Sometimes what the question will be asked is, in place of quantity, value will be given or expenditure will be given. Not only in place of quantity, sometimes in place of price also will be given value or expenditure. So in the coming video, even that question we are going to discuss, right? Look at there now. First what we have to calculate after taking the notations P0 Q0 and P1 Q1. As you all know that according to the weighted aggregative methods, P1 Q0, P0 Q0, P1 Q1, P0 Q1, these four columns are required, totals are required in the table, right? So just make sure that for every problem these four columns are must. Sometimes expenditures values will be given there, that is separate case. So that also I will be explaining you need not worry. So P1 Q1 first set, P0 Q0 column number 2, P1 Q0 column number 3 and P0 Q1 column number 4. So 1 1 not 1 not 1. So generally if you want to remember in a easiest way, this is the code 1 1 not 1 not 1. So this way the code has to be taken, I mean the columns have to be written in the table. So P1 Q1, where are those P1 Q1? Under 2008 price will be P1 and quantity will be Q1. So multiply those two, 12 into 60, 5 into 90, 6 into 80, 8 into 40. So this way after multiplying you will be getting the total of P1 Q1, summation P1 Q1 total you will be getting it. And then P0 Q0, where are those? Under 2004 price should be taken as P0 and quantity should be taken as Q0. Multiply both P0 and Q0. So 10 into 60, 4 into 100, 5 into 70, 6 into 60. So this way you will be getting P0 Q0 total. And then coming to the third column, P1 Q0. So current price multiplied by base quantity. See there. So 60 into 12, 100 into 5, 70 into 6, 60 into 8. So P1 Q0. Again you will be getting the total. So here P0 Q1. P0 Q1, where all those? 10 into P0 Q1, 10 into 60, 4 into 90, 5 into 80, 6 into 40. So there once again you will be getting the total of P0 Q1. Right? So after calculating all these four totals, see there, look at there, one note I have given. Right? So there table totals of all the four, P1 Q1, P0 Q0, P1 Q0, P0 Q1, that includes, total it carries 4 marks. If at all it is asked for 10 marks, only these 4 total carries 4 marks, remember. Clear? So from the table you may be able to get 4 marks out of 10 already. Am I clear, guys? Out of these 4, you will be carrying 4. Yes. After calculating the totals, as you all know that last payers, Parshas, Dorbish, Bowley, Marsh-Edgeworth and Fisher's formulae, right? So look at there first. Last payers price index number P01 in the prefix L. L denotes last payers. Now, for the last payers, which weights are being assigned? Base year quantities, remember. For the last payers price index number, base year quantities are the weights. As you all know that we express in terms of percentages, that's why every method has to be multiplied by 100, remember. So last payers method, summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 into 100. Here look at their numerator and denominator, both are Q0 Q0. So P1 by P0 is the aggregative and Q0 are the weights for last payers method. Therefore numerator Q0 and denominator Q0 has to be multiplied and then whole thing should be multiplied by 100. So to express in percentages and for the comparison and to observe the conclusion how much it is increasing or decreasing, so we always express in terms of percentages, remember. So with that, just substitute the totals of P1 Q0 by P0 Q0. So anyhow you have calculated in the table the totals. Those totals are to be substituted in the written formula. Clear? After substituting you will be getting one answer for last payers. If that answer, last payers answer is more than 100, generally the value of base is always 100. Remember, the base year value is 100. After 100, if it is increasing, how much it got increased, that has to be written. So what would be the conclusion here for the last payers method? So you need to write the conclusion that how much percentage, just let me write on the board. So the conclusion has to be written for every problem. Just look at there, how much percentage. So according to the answer, if the answer crosses more than 100, after 100 how much it got increased, or before 100, within 100 how much it got decreased, till 100 how much it is decreased, after 100 how much it is increased. So both these things, it is a price index, right? So in the price level you have to observe how much percentage it has got increased or decreased in price level from base to current. This kind of conclusion has to be written for every method after the calculation, after the answer. Just observing that To 100 how much it is decreased, after 100 how much it is increased. That percentage has to be written for every method, remember. Okay, so this way the last phase method. The same way past chase, summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q1 into 100. Now in past chase method, the base year quantities are the weights. The base year quantities are the weights. In last payers, in past chase, price index number. Base year quantities are used in last payers. Current year quantities are used in past chase, price index number. Generally, in a logical way, when it is asked for price index number, obviously the weights are from quantities. Remember, when it is asked a quantity index number, the weights are from price. So remember this logic, so you will be understanding easily. Then the third one, Marshall-Edgeworth. Marshall-Edgeworth, generally what we are doing here, the last payers and past chase, both numerators we are adding together, divided by, and then both denominators of last payers and past chase we are adding. Here both base and current year quantities are being used. Marshall-Edgeworth. But last payers only base year quantities, past years only current year quantities, but wherein Marshall-Edgeworth, both base and current year quantities are being used in Marshall-Edgeworth price index number. So after calculating, you write the conclusion. And then the fourth one, Dorbish-Bowley. So this Dorbish-Bowley is nothing but, there is a relation among last payers and past years. What is that relation? The arithmetic mean of last payers and past years, we say Dorbish-Bowley. The arithmetic mean, okay, the sum of both last payers and past years divided by 2, the half of the sum of the last payers and past years. In detail if I want to say. Otherwise, the arithmetic mean, A plus B by 2, last payers plus past years by 2. The arithmetic mean of last payers and past years, that is the relation considered in Dorbish-Bowley. So after here we need not calculate multiplied by 100, because if you have calculated last payers and past years answers, those answers only can be added and divided by 2. Both the sum of last payers and past years, those answers of last payers and past years only can be added and divided by 2 can be done. If at all last payers and past years are not asked, then you have to calculate the last payers formula plus past years formula, adding together, taking the 100 as a common between these two, whole divided by 2. This way also, by substituting direct formula in place of last payers, you can do, or else calculating separately the last payers and past years, and those answers can be added and divided by 2 also can be done. So here also you have to write the conclusion, how much it is increasing or decreasing in price level from base to current has to be written. Next, Fisher's method. What is the condition there in Fisher's method? The geometric mean of last payers and past years. The geometric mean of last payers and past years, we say it as a Fisher's. So here under the square root, product of last payers and past years, you will be getting Fisher's. So here also the same thing, the last payers answer multiplied by past years answer under the square root. You can do it, or else directly the last payers formula and past years formula should be applied with multiplied by 100. So 100 take it as a common, 100 square root cancel, that's why you take it outside, and then directly only the formula you substitute, whole multiplied by 100 you do. Okay, what would be the formula for that? Square root of summation P1 Q0 by summation P0 Q0 multiplied by summation P1 Q1 by summation P0 Q1. This should be under square root, the whole bracket, outside multiplied by 100. For 100 there will be a no square root, because for last pay is 100 and past is 100. 100 into 100, 100 square root gets cancelled. That's why 100 should be written outside. So 100, the final product of only the formula of last payers multiplied by past years without 100, because 100 should be taken as a common one. It has to be written outside. So this way, clear? So that is the Fisher's method. Last payers, past years, Marshall Edgeworth, Darvish Bowley and Fisher's. So this problem is for 10 marks. Remember, if at all they wanted to ask straight question, so this way the direct question will be asked, either price or quantity. Please see to that the question is asked in price or in quantity. See to that and accordingly you calculate it. Please don't get confused when it is given price calculating quantity, or when it is given quantity calculating price. So this way you do not do it, please. So please ensure that you are intact with the method what exactly it is asked. And look at the side of the table, I have given you some notes, points. For every method conclusion must be written, so it carries 1 mark. I mean, with the formula and conclusion together you carry 1 mark, remember. Okay, and then each formula carries 1 mark. So I am just not bifurcating it. Here the table carries 4 marks, and then formula, substitution and conclusion, everything all together writing will be of 6 marks whole together. So given information with the table carries 4 marks, every formula individually 5 marks, and all the conclusions together 1 mark. So this way the blueprint of this question. 4, each formula 1, formula with the procedure. 5, so 4 plus 5, 9, and conclusion, all conclusion writing will be 1 mark. So this is how the answer has to be taken, the conclusion has to be drawn. I hope you understand this method, last payers to Fisher's price index number. I think PJ sir might have taught you how to use or how to prove the TRT and FRT. As you all know that time reversal test satisfied by Marshall, Edgeworth and Fisher's. Factor reversal test satisfied by one and only method, that is Fisher's. And one more, even time reversal test satisfies Kelly's method also. Remember, TRT satisfied by Marshall, Edgeworth, Fisher's and Kelly's. FRT satisfied by only Fisher's. FRT satisfied by only Fisher's. And what about the circular test? Circular test is nothing but the extension of time reversal, extension of the time points. There in time reversal, only the base and current we are reversing the time points. Okay, but wherein circular 0, 1, 2 up to n number, up to n time point, we can do the reversal, time reversal. That means P01 multiplied by P12 multiplied by P23 multiplied by P34 and multiplied by P40. So this way again it comes back to the origin, 0. Okay, circular test. Now circular test satisfied by what all methods? Kelly's method and geometric mean. Remember, so simple geometric mean also will be satisfied by circular method, right? And the unit test, the fourth adequacy of tests in index numbers, unit test. So it is like independent of units. Here unit test satisfied by all the methods except the simple aggregative price index number, except the simple aggregative, simple in the sense like unweighted aggregative methods, price index methods. So coming to the next problem, the same problem in terms of quantity index number, if it is asked, what would be the formula for this? So let me show you. Look at here now, the same question, if at all it is asked for quantity index number, calculate last payers, Pasch's, Marshall Edgeworth, Dorbish-Bowley and Fisher's quantity index number, if at all it is asked. So everything should be taken under quantities only. So look at the table now, Q1 P1, Q0 P0, Q1 P0, Q0 P1. So this way the column has to be taken. Even the previous column also is same. But see to that Q1 P0 exactly where it is, that total has to be taken. Q0 P0 where it is, this way. And look at the formula there once again. Q01L quantity last payers quantity index number. So for last payers quantity index number, as I said earlier, for price quantities would be the weights and for quantities prices would be the weights. Just look at here. For quantity last payers, base year price are the quantities, or base year prices are the quantities of or the weights of last payers method. Base year price are the weights assigned to quantity last payers, and past year's current year price. For past year's quantity index number, current year price are the weights assigned. And then Marshall Edgeworth, same way, and Dorbish-Bowley, the arithmetic mean of last payers and past year's quantity index number. Therefore Q01L plus Q01P by 2. Similarly, the Fisher's Q01F equals to the square root of product of last payers into past years. Here what would be the conclusion for every method? How much percentage after calculating from 100 or 200 increased or decreased in quantity level. For price index number, price level you have observed. For quantity index number, quantity level has to be observed from base to current. Here also the same thing. So this is quantity index number. I hope I am clear. The quantity index number. Right? Just have a look once again, everybody. See to that calculations carefully and cautiously you need to do, and then formula writing is a must. And do not commit error for Dorbish-Bowley and Fisher's multiplying by 100 when you are substituting direct last payers and past years. You should not do. When you are substituting direct answers of last payers and past years, you are not supposed to do multiplied by 100, because already in last payers you calculated by 100 and past years also you calculated by 100. Only with those multiplied by 100 values only you are substituting. So again you need not put the value 100 multiplying to that formula. Okay, when you substitute directly, then direct answers have to be taken, need not be taken multiplied by 100. When you are writing the formula, instead of substituting the answers there the 100 will be taken as common both for Dorbish and then Fisher's also. But in Fisher's, the 100 should not be under root, remember, because 100 square root of 100 square will become 100. So 100 should be taken it as outside. Clear? So this is how the problem. Please see to that even a single mark we should not lose in calculations, formula writing and then conclusion. Remember. Okay, problem is very simple. So only the thing is you need to concentrate on calculations and then formula writing. Do not confuse for price and quantity. See to that what exactly the question is asked for to calculate. Either it is price is asked to calculate or quantity is asked to calculate. See to that, and then accordingly you calculate it. Fine. So this is how the quantity index number by computing all the methods last payers to fishes. Clear? Fine. So now the same kind of problem, let me explain. Some cases, some problems, they will be asking, rather than directly asking quantity, price, under base, under current, sometimes expenditure or the value will be asked. Now let us see how that expenditure and value is to be calculated. Look at the problem now. Compute last payers to fishes, quantity index number only. Observe the table carefully, everybody. First, under the base, price and expenditure or value was given, and under current, price and expenditure or value is given. What do you mean by expenditure or the value? The total value is nothing but the price into quantity. The total expenditure is also nothing but price into quantity. So in base expenditure, if it is asked, then what it must be? Price into quantity under base. Expenditure or value, anything will be asked. This is the twisted one. Okay. So instead of asking directly price quantity, sometimes what they'll ask? Expenditure they will ask you, or value they will ask, either in place of price or either in place of quantity. Now under the base, price would be P0 and expenditure would be P0 Q0. Remember, value or expenditure nothing but price into quantity if it is under base, so P0 Q0. Here also the same thing, it is under current, therefore P1 Q1. So generally in the table we used to calculate 4 columns: P1 Q1, P0 Q0, P0 Q1, P1 Q0, 1 1 not not, 1 0 0 1. This way. Already not 1 1 in the name of expenditures they have given directly. So what you need to calculate? 1 0 0 1. So P1 Q0 or Q0 P1. So this way we need to calculate it. First of all, to calculate the remaining 2 columns, already we have 1 1 and not. We need 1 0 and not 1. So for that we need quantities. So quantities are not given. In place of quantities only expenditures are given. So first and foremost, what we need to calculate? We need to calculate the quantities. So see there, the base expenditure, that is P0 Q0, if you divide it by P0, so P0 Q0 by P0 means P0 gets cancelled, you will be getting Q0. And then P1 Q1 by P1, if you do, so P1 gets cancelled, you will be getting Q1. Clear? So this way, first make 2 columns, Q0 and Q1. P0 Q0 by P0, you will be getting Q0. P1 Q1 by P1, you will be getting Q1. So after getting Q0 and Q1, base year quantity and current year quantity, so the remaining 2 columns, P0 Q1, P1 Q0, 1 0 0 1. So you can multiply each other and then calculate those totals. Here already in the name of expenditure, P0 Q0 and P1 Q1 are given. So only you need to calculate the remaining 2 columns, P0 Q1 and P1 Q0. For that you need quantities. So for getting the quantities, generally you know the expenditure formula, expenditure equal to price into quantity. If you want quantity, means price should be taken the denominator of expenditure divided by expenditure. So this way, expenditure divided by price becomes quantity, because so this is how the problem has to be done. So when expenditures are given, or in the place of expenditure value, then what you need to do? First and foremost, the quantities are to be calculated. See, it is not that quantity only should be calculated. Sometimes in place of price also expenditure will be given and quantities will be given directly. Right? So quantities are given, or in place of price, expenditure or value will be given, or prices will be given in place of quantities expenditure or value will be given. But one more thing is, please ensure that what exactly the question is asked, whether it is quantity index number or price index number. Accordingly you need to calculate that. So if at all it is asked quantity index number, in hurry you are not supposed to calculate price. Definitely you will be losing marks, right? So only you may get the table 4 marks out of 10 marks, but remaining entire problem goes wrong if you do any wrong calculations. And then one more thing, be very cautious even in calculations also, right? If any one total goes wrong, the whole problem goes wrong. So remember that. Okay, whenever you calculate expenditure kind of problems, see to that what exactly it is to be calculated first. So expenditure means, as you all know, that P0 Q0 or P1 Q1 both will be given, right? Either in base or in current. So this way the problem has to be calculated. So please remember, formula writing is a must, and then each formula carries 1 mark. Okay, if you do not write any formula, again you will be losing 1 mark. You may not be end up with whole marks, I mean complete marks. If it is asked for 10 marks, if you miss writing the formula, you may end up with 6 or 7 marks like that. So you may be losing even marks for without writing formula, remember. So totals, formula writing and conclusion, remember that. So it is asked in quantity index number, that's why we need to observe the quantity level from base to current, how much percentage it is increased or decreased towards 100, just see. Clear? So this is how the problem has to be